I used to think I was just bad with money until I left New York and realized America was the problem.
I'm really trying not to stress and panic and freak out, but even working as much as I absolutely can, it's not enough. And this month I fear I'm going to fall behind. And I'm petrified. I'm already can't afford food. What else can I cut out? I don't know what to do.
When I see videos like this, I feel it so deeply because this was literally my life in New York. People love to say, just budget better, stop buying coffee, stop ordering food, stop spending money. But at some point, we have to be honest. The cost of living has gotten so high that basic survival feels like a luxury. Rent is high, groceries are high, transportation is high, phone bills, healthcare, insurance, everything just keeps going up. And the crazy part is people are still working. People are not sitting around doing nothing. A lot of people are working full-time, part-time, doing side hustles, working overtime, and still feel like they are barely breathing. And that was one of the reasons I left New York and moved to Thailand. Not because Thailand is perfect, not because life abroad magically fixes everything, but because I needed space to breathe. I needed a life where every single dollar did not feel like life or death. So in this video, I want to talk about the cost of living, why so many Americans feel trapped, and what changed for me after moving to Bangkok.
They're going to understand that people cannot afford the lives that they want. They can't afford the children. The generations will continue to get smaller. People will continue having fewer children. When do you think that's going to happen? It's not a matter of, oh, well, it's just a minor dip. It's a matter of the fact that people can barely make it work on their own. Or if you're in a situation like myself, I'm finally making really good money. I'm not going to immediately funnel that to a freaking kid. No, absolutely not. And yet the cost of living is still insane. Inflation's still insane. Housing still insane. And it's they just think that they can continue to escalate on every front and everyone's still going to comply. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to collapse. I just don't understand why this is all coming as a surprise for them. They just think they can squeeze more and more and more. Everyone's increasing their prices on every front and saying, why isn't anyone having children? Gee, I wonder.
Anybody else feel like they're just working to pay future bills? I feel like every time I get paid, I know about the bill that's due next. So I'm okay, well, that's going towards this is going towards that. And then by the time I disperse everything, I only have a little bit for myself. And literally 4 years ago, I'm telling you, I had a job where I only made $16 an hour. And I was still able to pay my bills, go on vacation, and have a fucking savings. And this was only 4 years ago.
One of the issues is that the things that are supposed to be considered luxury and the basic items are priced similarly. The other day, I was looking into ordering some food, right? I was okay, I'm going to do pickup because pickup's usually cheaper. There was a $5 difference between pickup and delivery, and they were both high prices. You go to the store now, you're thinking about, okay, I'm going to save some money, I'm going to budget. The thing that you were going to budget, the item, is the same price as the name brand item. You know how stores have generic brands and their own brand? They're damn near the same price as the name brand food products. And that's the issue. Everything is priced similarly now because there's no more margin. And what really grinds my gears is that the quality of these items match. You would assume that the name brand would be higher quality, but it's the same as the generic. Listen, point me in the direction of all the crazy couponing moms. I need to learn from y'all because things are getting ridiculous.
The grocery part is what really gets me, because groceries used to be the thing people told you to do to save money. They would say, stop eating out, cook at home, but now people go to the grocery store and spend $100, $200, $300 and somehow still don't have enough food for the week. That is not normal. I remember being in New York trying to stretch money, trying to plan meals, trying to be responsible, and it still felt like everything disappeared so fast. You could be doing all the right things and still feel behind. That's why the people are just bad with money conversation bothers me. Because yes, some people do overspend, But a lot of people are not struggling because they bought one coffee. They are struggling because rent is too high, food is too high, wages did not keep up, and the basics became too expensive. When I moved to Thailand, one of the first things I noticed was that food felt different. I could get a meal outside without feeling like I destroyed my budget. I could eat something simple, get street food, go to a local restaurant, and not feel like I had to punish myself for being hungry. And that alone changes your nervous system.
Young people are getting priced out of literally everything, and it's honestly kind of ridiculous. Like, why is it that I want to buy a car that's 30 years old and I can't because they cost, I don't know, into the 25 to 30,000 range? It's utterly ridiculous. And I was talking about it with my buddy. We're both two young guys that make good money, like closer to six figures than not. And we both would be in financial ruin if we decided we wanted to go buy a brand new car or something like that from a dealer. It's just not possible, right? And I budget very heavily. I know exactly what I spent. Every single time I spent money this month, I know where it went. It went into a spreadsheet, and it's just like, it's so terrible. Like when are we going to be able to afford things and just like actually enjoy the quality of life without worrying about, oh, I spent $10 here. Like, come on.
And mark my words, none of these prices are going down. Not gas, not housing, not interest rates, not food, not nothing. Nothing is going down. You won't be able to afford shit the way you used to afford shit. Because they need you grinding yourselves in the dirt. They need you clocking in from those 9 to 5s, those 10 to 4s, those 12 to 12. They need you doing that because they need you distracted. They need your mind elsewhere, because once you have the time to slow down, once that worry is off your chest and you know where food is coming from, you know where lights are coming from, you know you're going to have a roof over your head. Once you have time to slow down and you know that you're taken care of and you don't have to slave anymore, you start thinking. Consciousness expands. It has room to expand.
Public announcement. Everyone's struggling. Not just you. You're not alone. And summertime is coming up. You're going to see all the shopping sprees, the nails, the makeup, the hair, the outfits, the new hijabs, whatnot. Just know, if you're thinking, I don't get it, how are they doing it? Like, they're a stay-at-home wife, they're a stay-at-home mom, their husband works in a gas station, their husband's a taxi driver, Uber driver, whatever. Just know that they're buying everything on credit and returning it, because I promise you, life out here is so freaking expensive, none of us can afford it. And I'm not knocking them down. I'm like you guys. I'm thinking, like, how are people going by and affording this life? That's the thing. No one can afford this life. We can't afford it. It's too expensive and wages have not gone up. So
now let's talk about budgeting, because I already know somebody is going to say, well, people just need to budget. And yes, budgeting matters. I believe in budgeting. I have had to budget very carefully, especially moving to Thailand, taking care of my cats, paying bills in 2 countries, and trying to build something for myself. But budgeting can only do so much when the numbers do not make sense. You can cancel Netflix, you can stop buying coffee, you can cook at home, you can buy cheaper clothes, you can stop going out. But if rent is eating half your income or more, and groceries keep going up, and healthcare is expensive, and wages are not matching reality, then the problem is bigger than personal discipline. People should not have to remove every tiny joy from their life just to barely survive. That is not financial responsibility. That is survival. And I think that is why more people are waking up. They are realizing, wait a minute, maybe I'm not failing. Maybe the system is just too expensive.
I really want to know what people are doing for jobs, because how are you living in Iowa? It is insane. The cost to send my children, I have 4, I'm only sending 3, is $425 for 1 week. And the cost, average minimum wage here roughly is about $10 and where I live. How are we supposed to live? Work harder? Work 5 jobs? Like, how are we affording this? This is a crisis. How are moms supposed to work, but yet childcare is extraordinarily high and the budget for childcare assistance has been significantly cut? And you want to keep pooping out children?
Yes, dear.
So I've just been looking over the budget.
You've been looking over the budget?
Yeah, and
the family budget?
And we're way over, so I think we really need to start talking about some budget cuts here.
Yeah, I agree. Budget cuts are a good thing. I agree.
The spending has been out of control.
You know, what's funny about that is, like, I've felt that way, and I really wanted to talk to you about it, but this is perfect that you're bringing it to me. I love that. I love that for us.
Yeah, like there was a $300 gas charge. You spent $300 on gas this month? That's insane.
I have a diesel pickup truck. I fill it up twice. It costs $300.
Okay, so I think that's where we can start. Like, we could start with that. That definitely needs to be cut.
What?
I don't know where the heck you're driving that you're spending that much on gas, but that's ridiculous.
So wait. Are you trying to tell me that the budget cuts you think are going to come out of my end? I buy fuel.
Where else would they come from?
I buy fuel. I eat at home. I buy fuel. You spend money everywhere you go. There's packages being delivered to this house every day. I just brought in 7 packages this morning.
Okay,
I spend
thought we were
$0.
having a discussion. I feel like you're turning it on me. I was talking about you, and now you're turning it on me. I'm already stressed about the budget. The least you could do is make some cuts.
The reason you're stressed about the budget is because you spend your budget and then also my budget. All I spend is $300 a month on fuel.
Okay, I was just coming over here. Okay, I was trying to be nice, calm, cool, and collective.
It doesn't sound like you are.
You're getting a little crazy. So from now on, your gas is cut, okay?
Okay, I wanted to just make a follow-up video because I'm getting a lot of people who are actually really thinking about unaliving themselves. Please don't unalive yourself. Like, please call 988. Please get a psychiatrist. Please reach out to someone, because I didn't know I'd be getting this many like messages from people who essentially just want to fucking just end it all. And it's just, it's so fucking sad how awfully we have fucking failed Gen Z, and honestly just the millennials. It's just I'm sorry I've been busy just packing. I'm about to move, but it's just, I am so fucking sorry for people out there.
What does everybody think the end goal is going to be to all of this? When we no longer can literally afford anything, gas prices are rapidly increasing, food costs are about to go up again, rent is unaffordable, we're all working non-fucking stop, it feels like. And it's like, I kind of feel like we're already there. It's like, if you're having to choose between whether you are going to eat, put gas in your car, or pay your bills, I feel like it's a case where you technically can't afford anything. Like, how are we supposed to survive this? How are we supposed to get through this? People are literally dying because they can no longer afford to live. People are mentally spiraling because they can't take these living conditions anymore. And that right there just goes to show you that's a God-given sign that we are not supposed to be living like this. We're literally meant to be doing the exact opposite of what this society has become. Hard work used to pay off. Hard work used to give you security. Now, not so much. Now, our society is kind of like a thing where you can give it your all, and your best still isn't good enough. And it's actually so soul-crushing and so dehumanizing to, have people kick you while you're already down.
When I left New York, I was not leaving because I had everything figured out. I was leaving because I knew I needed something different. I wanted a life where I was not just working, paying bills, being tired, and repeating the same cycle. I wanted to experience something new. I wanted to see if I could build a life outside of survival mode. And that is really what this channel is about. Digital Dreams by Tay is not just about Thailand. It is about starting over. It is about building digital income. It is about being honest about money, burnout, moving abroad, teaching, creating content, and trying to build a softer life from scratch. Because I know I'm not the only one who has felt this way. I know I'm not the only one who looked around and thought there has to be another way to live.
I spent $400 at Costco on Tuesday. I have two 20-year-olds, a 17-year-old, and an almost 16-year-old in my home for this summer. While at Costco, I purchased one chicken, which, in hindsight, terrible mistake. I should have bought 6 chickens. But I bought one chicken, and that chicken was to be dinner last night. And so I come home, it's late, it's 8 o'clock, I'm trying to get dinner ready for everybody. I pull the Costco chicken out of the refrigerator. It was only a carcass. Bones. The 20-year-olds had eaten all of the chicken off of the bones and then placed the carcass back into the Costco bag and into the refrigerator. So at 8 p.m., when I was getting ready to make dinner for everybody, I had a carcass. Now look, I'm not Julia Child, okay? I'm not going to make homemade soup with those bones. Okay, so I had to then send the 20-year-olds back to the store for additional chickens. I'm never going to financially recover from this summer. They don't stop eating.
Listen, man, we used to black people crashing out, right, on the internet. We used to it. It don't surprise us, man. We're like, oh well. He crashing out because she left him, or she crashing out. But when you see a white woman that's close to middle age, look like that she got her shit together, look like she got some type of business about herself, is she on her crashing out, bro? You know it's bad. You know we're in trouble when you see white folks with money on the internet crashing out, screaming, pulling their hair, talking about high gas prices, talking about food prices, talking about she can't afford her rent and all that. This lady right here, bro. I'm not gonna put her name up there, but y'all can just type in crash out. Listen, man, that made me nervous just to see that. Because we know what's going on in our economy. We know who's stuffing their pockets and making us suffer. But when white folks, and she's one of the white folks that voted for him, people are reversing their decisions. And every time they get in their car and they see that gas light come on, it's messing with them. It's making them rethink the decision that they made. How they were so wanting to put that red hat on their head, that red baseball cap. And now they the ones suffering. They suffered right along with every last one of us, man. Gas prices. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. People can't even afford to go to work, man. I went to the store and I seen a line of people before I walked through the door. I thought they opened up a new bank branch inside the store. No, those people were lined up at the change exchange machine with bags of coin.
So when people say the cost of living is getting out of control, I believe them. Because I lived it. And no, moving abroad is not for everybody. But questioning the life you were told to accept is for everybody. Maybe your answer is Thailand. Maybe it is another country. Maybe it is moving to a cheaper state. Maybe it is building online income. Maybe it is downsizing. Maybe it is just finally admitting that you are tired and you need a new plan. But whatever it is, I hope this video reminds you that you are not crazy and you are not alone. A lot of people are feeling the same pressure. A lot of people are trying to figure out how to survive, how to breathe, and how to build something better. If you're interested in moving abroad, living in Thailand, building digital income, or just escaping survival mode, subscribe to Digital Dreams by Tay. I'm sharing the real journey, the good, the stressful, the expensive, the beautiful, and everything in between, and let me know in the comments. Do you feel like the cost of living has gotten impossible where you live?
Why doesn't Gen Z just save up to move out? Because Gen Z can't afford to move out. Do you ever think about that? Grandma and Grandpa Boomer bought a house with their summer job because it literally costed them pennies. And now they want to sell it for $1 million. Their little 1,000 square foot shed, they want to turn around and sell that for $1 million. Or even think about how up until the 80s, most people's incomes grew at the same rate as the 1% did. And the debt to income ratio was actually manageable back then. But nah, because y'all only want to look at things at the surface level. It's easier to ask, why doesn't Gen Z just save up to buy a house, instead of asking, why have we let the system get so bad that life is actually unaffordable for the average person now?